All right. Mr. Tristan Bailey, we are back officially.
Yeah, it's been a fat minute since last time we did this.
Yeah, we did the Marvel episode on the 16th, which we didn't put out for 2.5 weeks. My bad, my apologies. But we haven't sat down and actually done a podcast in over a month. So this is a big deal, and it's also the first episode of 2022.
It is. Happy New Year.
So Happy New Year to everyone, even though it is this January 16th. But yeah, how was your New Year overall? Literally a month since the last episode. Literally 1 month today.
Yeah. Fucking. I mean, New Year was what it was. I mean, last year was something. It was like it had its highs and lows. Like it was good and shitty at the same time.
Yeah.
Somehow it's like I didn't overall. I don't think it was like a bad year, but like it wasn't. I can't say it was a good one. You know.
Yeah, I think as far as being an adult, I think I learned a lot and I matured a lot because 2020 was the first year I think for both of us that we were actually like full on adults, you know, like living on our own. And I feel like I figured a lot more stuff out in 2021, but there was also like a lot of life things that happened, and it's just you know, I think it was a very formative year, but I wouldn't say it was a great year, just like you said. So it what would you rate it out of 10 or out of a 5-star rating? That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
What would you give it?
My 5-star rating is a 3.5 out of 5, and that's only because I got COVID at some point, and
That's
that was
right.
one
Me
of
too.
the most dog shit experiences of my life.
Because you lost your taste and smell, right?
Yeah, for like a month.
That's
It
insane.
did not.
You
come
lost
back.
it for longer than me.
And then the end of the year with the whole apartment and car stuff, like it was just one of the most stressful.
That's right.
Like I hadn't been that stressed since fucking high school, and yeah, so that's the only reason I gave it a 3.5, because those moments that it was shit was just exceptionally shit.
Yeah,
So,
I get that.
3.5 is my rating. What about yours?
I'd probably give it a solid 3. Like I think there was more good than bad. But like I said, you know, there was just a lot of life lessons that I had, and I'm looking forward to this next year because there's a lot of things. I don't know. I don't even know how to phrase it, but yeah, I mean, a solid 3. I'd give it a solid 3. That's what I give it.
I feel bad when I'm eating or drinking during it, because like I do it, I forget that the mic is picking up on everything, and so like I do it, so
It's just right in the microphone.
I'm just like aggressively slurping. Yeah, I think 2021 was just kind of a year. I mean, it was better than 2020, I guess, because 2020 was a real
That was a stressful
shit
year
show
just because
for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, whenever the pandemic hit, now we understand it a little more. But at that year, I mean, everyone was just panicked, and it created social anxiety for everybody. Everybody was locked indoors. It was a very stressful year. So definitely trending upwards. But do you have any goals for 2022? Any significant goals?
Other than just make more money and then spend it immediately. I have so much debt.
I get that.
It's unreal.
Me too.
And I don't
I have a
even
good amount of that as
go to school. I can only imagine if I fucking had college debt on top of it. I would fucking I would unalive myself.
Yeah, I get that. Well, we're right around the turn from tax return season. So
I know. Have
we
you
can
got
get
your
those.
W-2 yet?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
I've been looking out for it and checking
Yeah, I
daily
checked
at this
because
point.
last year we got it at like on the like 11th, and the year before that it was the 8th. So I figured like any moment now.
Yeah,
But it
no,
just
for sure.
will not hit, and I'm just ready to file it, so it's just ready.
Yeah, I mean, as far as 2022 goals, I think, like you just said, a lot of it is I want more financial stability, and I want to be smarter with my money because I made a good amount last year, but I wasn't smart with it, didn't save it, and it just came and went. It was just dumb decisions. But this year I want to be a lot smarter and save, and I also I'm putting it on the record so that way I can hold myself a little more accountable, but I've already like talked to my family and everything. I'm going to college this upcoming semester.
No shit.
I'm actually going to go, but as a part-time student because I'm too busy with
Yeah, you have a full-time
work.
job.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, before, because I was doing the same job in 2020, and so I was doing both at the same time, and it was overwhelming because I was still learning the job, And so I was working so many hours trying to figure that out, and school was kind of off to the wayside. But now I feel like I'm way more confident and secure in the job, so I feel like I can take a little more time to focus on my education, because at least it's good to have it, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, like college isn't as important as it used to be, obviously, so you don't need it. But I mean, if you have the means, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, Patrick, he was obviously still in college while he was becoming the boss and learning everything.
That's right.
And yeah, he was like paying people like, hey, can you please?
That's what I did.
Yeah,
That's what I
because it's
did.
just fucking. It's so much. It's so
Being
much.
a full-time student with that job, it was a lot.
Yeah, that's miserable.
It's a lot. But he is graduating, right, this semester. I think that this is his last semester, and then he has his degree.
You know, I feel bad because the only stuff I know about Patrick is Marvel related. I can't.
I get that.
We don't talk about life that often.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we just talk about work and then some other nerdy shit, but it's great. But yeah, I think those are the two goals. I think financial stability
and money,
and trying to get a little more of my education done, or at least taking some further steps to get that taken care of. I also
go.
I think we have a really cool.
Sorry.
I think we have a really cool concept for the podcast, and I think we're figuring it out more and more. So, and it's mostly my fault why we haven't been consistent up to this point. But I'd love to be more consistent from here on out, and actually figure it out, because I had a lot of fun with Mason. That was a lot of fun having him on.
Yeah, he showed me that I don't know how to speak. Like, see, I just stuttered right there, but I say and then sometimes I don't even say what I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just say and then just drop the whole fucking thing.
Me too, dude.
It's just fucking Jesus Christ. And then Mason's just like,
he
knows exactly what he wants to say. He's just all like, this. All right, you guys, sorry, you guys want to go?
It's so admirable, because every time I talk on the podcast, I'm stressed out that I'm going to trip over my words, or that I'm going to stutter, or that I'm just going to because it happens, like you just said, I just lose my thought. I'll be talking, I know exactly what I'm talking about, and then 2 seconds later, gone. So Mason definitely showed us up.
He did.
We got to have him back on. Anytime we have, anytime anything Spider-Man related, he has to be on for.
Well, he's a big fan of Doctor Strange too, which is the next movie coming out. So I texted him, I was like, hey, would you be down to do what we did for Spider-Man for Doctor Strange? And he was like, hell yeah, just tell me when and where, and I'll be there.
Dude, that's awesome.
So yeah, I figured Doctor Strange. I know Mason's not like a huge Marvel person. I know horror's more thing. He got to go see Scream yesterday.
That's
he was
right.
super
I saw that on
excited
Twitter
about that, because I know I see fucking, when I think of Mason, I think of fucking I don't even know the name of the Ghostface. I see fucking him in the Ghostface costume and stuff. Yeah, and then his fucking shit is called Ghost Mace. So yeah, it's just, that's like his shit. Like, I feel like that's his horror Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, he just fucking loves Ghostface.
What do you think he's more of a fan of? Do you think he's a bigger fan of
Horror
Spider-Man or horror?
I don't know.
Because he also was like, I heard him talk about Spider-Man, how he went to all of the movies growing up.
I think horror in general, I think he's more of a fan of than Spider-Man individually. Right. But I think if you compare like Ghostface and Spider-Man, it's still a close, because I don't know him too well, but like, he seems, I've never seen him dress up as Spider-Man.
That's true. That's true. It's always.
But then again, Halloween's for horror, and that's the only time he would dress up. So it's just like, if I had to guess, I would say that he likes Spider-Man more than Ghostface. I don't know. It's just Mason. You if you actually listen to this podcast, you should tell us which one it is. DM me.
Yeah, this is the test to see if he actually listens.
Yeah,
we need a DM.
Yeah, no one. Because I know a lot of his friends listen to it. Don't tell him. Don't spoil the question. He's got to find it himself.
Yeah.
And if I don't get a DM from him, Doctor Strange podcast canceled for him. He's not.
Yeah, we'll find a new guest. We got a whole list of people that are trying to.
Yeah, we're just all friend up. Yeah, we got so.
But yeah, no, we have to have him back on for sure.
Yeah, man, Mason's fucking great. We got a lot of people that we want to get on. I know Josh wants to come on and stuff.
Yeah,
so
that'll be a good episode.
That's super awesome.
Caleb too.
What's like Josh's? I feel like a bad friend. I don't know. Like, what's his thing? Like, he likes to talk about.
I know he loves playing video games. Like, he's a
big
video games guy. Yeah, he's also like. Man, I mean, Josh is just into like everything. I feel like there's not really a.
Yeah, because Josh is just, he seems like such a happy person that mostly I think he's just like, he just kind of talk. I instantly went to do the Josh thing, but he like goes straight to like just talking about whatever we're talking about, and he's just like he's just happy to be there,
Yeah.
and he's just like
Anybody that knows Josh will know exactly what Tristan just did there. It's
Yeah,
like he does it all the time to this day.
But yeah, I just like Josh because he's just a great ball of positivity.
Yeah.
He's
Anytime
always so
I'm ever stressed
happy.
out about life, I just
Yeah.
like talk with Josh, and he's just like so just like chill and like calm, and like he'll just figure it out. Like I admire him a lot.
I feel like Josh is like listening to this. We were all like, yeah, he's so like happy, he's so calm, he's so collected, whatever. He's like he's such a great ball of energy. And then he's like listening, and he goes, I hate my life. I wanna die so bad.
Yeah, what if the podcast
like,
he
he's
comes
so
on for is
happy.
just like
Just
he
like-
just vents to us.
Yeah, he's just like, I just wanted to come on here, tell y'all, man, it's just not it no more. He just starts fucking crying on the podcast. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god,
We're gonna be
Josh,
seeing a
you're
lot
making
more
us
of
look
him.
bad.
We're gonna start seeing a lot more of him in February. 'Cause
I heard
he's coming with us.
joining the crew, huh?
Yeah, the new generation, the next
Yeah.
generation. Pretty wild. Now
God,
every single
save
member of
his
the
soul.
boys, except for Caleb, have worked at. I'll mute that part. Jacob, mute it. Mute
Yeah.
that part. Oops.
It's
My
a
bad.
secret.
Yeah, I just let it out.
Dude, I like
Even
the
though-
way it's probably not gonna look that way when we watch it. Wait, no, it's opposite. But when I smile, it looks like my teeth are just fucking white as fuck.
Oh yeah, bro.
I'd be so cute if my teeth weren't absolute fucking
Same, dude.
fucked.
My teeth are fucked.
I really wanted braces growing up, so I could fucking try and fix this shit. Cause I know I'd probably still have them to this day, but I would be at least almost getting them off. But now if I want them, I have to be a grown man putting on fucking braces, which isn't, it's not bad. If you want to fix your teeth, there's no too late for that. But like,
Right.
I can't.
Yeah, no, for sure. I wish I would have gotten them at a younger age. I'm not gonna get braces at this point. At this point, I'm just gonna like spend the money to.
Your teeth are pretty like.
They're like all right,
straight,
but in
like-
terms of like the health of the teeth, I think.
Yeah.
They need.
That's a
some-
whole other expensive ass fucking.
Yeah. So I was very bad about keeping up with it the last few years. I've gotten better about it the last year, but I mean, there's still damage from a few years ago. But that's another goal. Another goal for 2022 on the record. More dental fixings.
Dental fixations.
Yeah. But man, I don't even know what to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot's really happened this like last month of 2021, and then the first month of 2022.
Do you have a favorite moment of 2021?
It would have to be, I think, when me and Julie just first walked on the beach in Puerto Rico. Like when we first just stepped there, like we had got there, we walked up to it. It was walking distance from where we were staying, and we just like looked out into the saw the whole fucking shoreline and stuff.
Yeah.
Puerto
No, that
Rico,
sounds great.
fucking San Juan. You see all this shit, and it was just like, it was so cool because like we felt like we really earned it. And, like
Right.
it felt really nice. It was the first time I've ever traveled anywhere, especially on an airplane, and it was nice sharing that moment with her, having it just like being like, yeah, like fuck yeah,
Like we did
Like,
it.
we
We're
fucking
here.
this is awesome. Can't wait to fucking go somewhere again. Tired
Yeah,
of
for
being
sure.
here.
That's another thing. I want to it's like an individual goal, but I really want to travel a lot in 2022. I was so career focused in 2021 where it's like I put all my eggs in work. And now that I'm a little more like established and more confident in myself, I want to feel better about taking more time off to go do things outside. So my goal is to hit 5 states in 2022.
5 states.
5 states. I'm going to Arkansas at the end of this month.
Dude, I was
'Cause
just talking
it's-
about Arkansas.
That's right. Yeah.
You
But
didn't even point out like, oh yeah.
no, I mean,
Never fucking listened to me.
it's a podcast topic, Tristan. Jesus.
Sorry.
No, but we're only going for a couple days. It's just we were going to go to Colorado.
Is there anything down in Arkansas or like family, or do you just want to go because there's a spot in Arkansas?
There's a hot springs, like that's apparently really
Oh,
pretty, and I
nice.
guess Arkansas is like rated. It's pretty underrated in terms of its beauty and all that, and it's only 6 hours away from here. So it's like if we were to go to Colorado, it'd be 16 hours. The Arkansas drive would just be 6 hours, which is way easier, but you still feel like you're far enough away, like
Yeah.
traveling a little bit. So
Just a heads up, if like one of those trips are with me and you, if it's a farther drive than 4 hours, which if it's a trip with me and you, we're probably gonna go somewhere farther than 4 hours.
yeah,
It's just gonna have to be a plane.
Yeah. Luckily, my car has adaptive cruise control, which I didn't know I had it for the first year.
Cruise control is fucking.
It's the
Wait,
best.
what's adaptive? Is that the same? Is it just cruise
It's like
control?
it's cruise control, but it's upgraded. So it's like the updated version of it. It's it'll attach yourself to the car directly in front of you, and you can select if you want to be 1 car distance away or 2 car distance away or 3, and you can set yourself at a speed, and it'll just match the car in front of you. So if the car in front of you slows down, it'll slow you down. It'll match your pace exactly. So if they slam on their brakes, then your car will slam on its brakes, and it'll slow down to 15 miles an hour. And then once it's giving control back to you, then it'll like beep twice, and you'll know that you gotta control it. But it's so cool. It makes drive so much easier.
Yeah, because Julie's car has regular cruise control, but like it was good for the way there, because it was like we left it like the middle of the night because we didn't want to deal with no traffic, nothing. So we took naps all day and then left at like 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
I drove 90% of the way. Julie drove for I think 2 hours out of the 12 fucking hour drive. Mm-hmm. We went to Alabama. We went to a beach.
Nice. Yeah, that's right.
And that fucking cruise control, like on that empty highway. Yeah. Fucking just turning it on and just.
You basically can just vibe.
My ankle hurts.
That's the worst part, and I didn't know that I went on so many road trips the first year of me having my car. I did not know how to use adaptive cruise control. But that's the most annoying part about longer trips. It's your foot getting exhausted and your muscles getting sore being in that position. But that
I'm so sorry if my gulps are loud. I'm trying to be somewhat.
Nah, man.
I'm just trying to drink it.
It's ASMR.
But yeah, that fucking moving the joint, fucking boop, 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 holding it, steadying it.
Yeah, like, always worrying about what speed you're going. Your car will just have it set. It's nice.
Yeah, but the cruise control, because it wasn't adaptive on the way back, we left Sunday morning, and it was trapped. Like I was on. There's like this bridge. This is the longest fucking bridge in the history of bridges. Definitely not, but it's just It was a really long bridge.
Quoted the longest bridge in the history of bridges. Continue.
But we were in traffic, like barely like moving up for like I swear to God 3 hours.
Really?
Like on that same fucking bridge.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it took so long.
Jesus.
It took so fucking long, and when I finally got on a highway, it was the greatest thing of my entire life. There was still traffic because everyone was going home from wherever they were going.
Right, but it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, but it wasn't like super terrible. And then when we got back home that night, I had never been so excited to lay in my bed because it was just so good.
There's nothing like it. After taking a trip, you come back home, you're exhausted, you just want to get a good night's sleep, and you get to lay in your own bed. It's the best part. It's the best part.
I'm wearing baby boy's jacket because he picked me up from work. Because my car is still broken.
Explain, by the way. How many times has your car been back in the shop?
So from it was the very first, well, I guess the second episode technically, but the very first like in-person podcast.
It was the first topic.
It was whenever it went.
The initial,
stopped. Yeah. And that was a long time ago. Well, it still hasn't been fixed. I've gotten it back for like a short period of time, but originally it was transmission. It was expensive. It was like $5,000. And so they switched. I paid for a new one. They put the new one in. I got it. I drove to work like maybe 2 times. I had 2 shifts that I was able to do. And then it started like doing the same shit again. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, let me take it up there. And they're like, oh yeah, we gave you a faulty transmission. Like a shit transmission. So we're just going to get a whole new one and put it in there. I'm like,
why would you allow yourself to put a faulty?
Yeah, like what do you mean a faulty one?
Yeah, what is
like,
that?
Could you have tested it better? I don't know, but it was. I was like, whatever. As long as it didn't cost me any more money to for them to fix it. Obviously, I have the warranty, so if it is a whole different problem, then that's still good. But excuse me. But so I got it back. They took like 2 weeks to put a new one in. I got it back. I drove it home, and then my next shift driving it back. It was a whole new thing. It
wasn't making the same noise or anything?
It was. This was the first time it started making noises.
Oh,
like it started going tick, 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 like you remember the audio message I sent you. Yeah. It was like making those noises, and it was like there was like no acceleration. Like it was just like I'm just fucking rolling in the middle of the road until it decides, and then it would kick back on and be fine the rest of the drive. But always that first 5 minutes, it just would not. There's no acceleration, and I'm just rolling, and it's making a shit ton of noise.
Terrifying.
And so
what
I
if
take
it goes out while you're driving.
Yeah, and so I take it back, obviously, and I'm like, hey, it's doing a new problem. I went and got the engine because the check engine light came on, so I went and got it checked real quick to see if maybe it's something completely different that I fucked up. And then I told him the code. I was like, hey, this is what the check engine light said, and he's like, yeah, that's transmission. Bring her in. And then he says that he thinks it's a computer thing. Oh no, he called me yesterday. He said that he noticed like a crack in something. Like
What?
So he has to order a
That doesn't just happen on the day that you have it. Like,
I know.
The crack had to have been there before they put it inside of your car.
Something around, like, I don't think it was in the train. Something, I don't know. Something had a crack in it. That's what I remember him telling me. So he's like, he just got to replace that part, and he ordered the part to come in to fix it or something, some shit. So yeah, but I haven't called them. I haven't been like, hey, because that was like last week. I haven't had my car for another week.
Man, I'm so sorry. It
is what it is. But like I haven't called them or anything because I don't want to rush them. I'm like, please take your time.
Yeah, take
please
your time. Make
fix
sure
it. Look
third
at
time's
it.
a charm.
Driver, take her home. Take her to your house. Make her your personal car for a little bit.
Right, test it out.
Because it seems like whenever there's a problem, it comes up pretty fast.
Yeah.
So keep driving her.
It's like, did you guys not test it out twice?
Yeah, they
you
started
took her on
her,
the block once?
drove around the parking lot, and was like, yeah,
This works. This'll do.
this'll get her.
This'll do fine.
Yeah, it was just, I'm hoping this is the last time. They're nice guys, so I haven't been super pissy about it because they're just super respectful.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, it's just hard to find.
A lot of guys that work in shops like that are kind of
Yeah,
assholes,
they're
to be
fucking
honest. They're just
dickheads.
dicks.
Yeah. So I'm just like, just whenever it gets fixed, it's not costing me any more money. So just fix her so I can fucking just drive myself again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's underrated. You don't really, like, whenever you have a working car, you don't really think about how much of a necessity it is until, like it's in the shop or something, or you don't have it for an extended period of time. Then you realize how much you need it, like how important it is. How many minutes have we been going? Here, I'll pause this part.
22.
Wow, it feels like 40.
Oh, Lord. Well, I can use this filler because it is time. I know y'all think, oh, we just did a podcast on Spider-Man, 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. By far our longest episode ever, by the way.
It was longer than the fucking movie. But I'm not here to talk about Spider-Man mostly. Because the Marvel grind don't stop. I don't think that y'all think that, I get to finally watch a podcast that doesn't have Tristan yapping about Marvel. Because no one gives a shit. I give a shit, and there's more.
Yeah, part of the agreement whenever Tristan joined the podcast was that he gets a designated segment every single episode.
Yeah, that I get to fucking...
It's in the contract.
I get to talk about my Marvel because it is the only thing that, besides my beautiful girlfriend, it is the only thing that fucking keeps me fucking going, keeps me waking up in the morning. Yeah, now that Spider-Man is over, which is absolutely fucking insane how good it was. Love it. That's a fucking 5-star right there. Now it's Doctor Strange. It's his time to shine. It's his time to get the hype. It's been very secretive. Sam Raimi, who directed the original Spider-Man trilogy, which was They said Spider 2, right? That's what they call each other. Spider 1, I think, or Spider-Man 1. I don't know. But anyways, Tobey Maguire directed his Spider-Man series. He's directing this one, and this one, this Doctor Strange is a horror film, actually.
An actual horror film.
Its genre is horror.
Is this their first one?
Yes, it's Marvel's first horror movie.
Wow, I did not know that actually.
Yeah, so it's also hard to tell because like the vibes that teaser gave were like kind of eerie, but like it didn't feel like horror-y.
Right. Yeah, the trailer didn't give off
horror-y.
Horror-y.
Horror-y, yeah, it's a little slutty. Yeah, Doctor Strange is a little freak.
A little slut.
But yeah, that's next. And this one, and you can expect, especially after a movie like Spider-Man No Way Home and what it achieved, those same hype and expectations are transitioning into Doctor Strange, and it is tenfold after the success of Spider-Man.
Do you think the pressure's on?
So I don't think the hype is tenfold. I think majority of people don't really give a fuck. There's obviously the Marvel fans like me who still care and very excited because Doctor Strange is in my top 3 favorite superheroes in the Marvel universe. Right. I have Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Thor, which are the
Thor?
3
I
fucking...
didn't know Thor was in your top 3.
Oh, yeah, because he's just... I have to have... Because Spider-Man's cool, but he's not, like, super powerful, but he's fucking Spider-Man. How can you not love him? Yeah. Doctor Strange is just badass because he's like a magical Tony Stark. Like, I just fucking... I just love he's the snarky, magic part of it. Yeah. And then I like Thor because I have to have a favorite powerful one. Like, a favorite... And he's just powerful.
Doctor
and
Strange
fucking...
is powerful.
Yeah, he is. But, like, Thor's, like warrior powerful, you know? He's just like, oh, I'm a fucking god. Yeah, and Thor's it's so cool. And I love Thor. And he's funny in the MCU. And so it's great. And then my 4th is Scarlet Witch.
Thor Ragnarok saved that trilogy.
Yes, it did. Dark World it doesn't deserve the amount of hate it gets, but it's definitely not like a great one. And Thor 1's a good movie, but it's a Thor movie. It's just
exposition.
The phase 1 for me was just it was cool when it happened because it's the start of everything, but it was the start, so it was a lot more corny.
It's so crazy.
I didn't have that much like for it, but you know.
Yeah, well, it's just so crazy that now those movies are outdated. Like Iron Man, like the original trilogies, like the original superheroes, like that's old news now.
Just old shit, and I love those movies. I do. Those are harder for me to rewatch. I've seen all of them, but I've also already seen all of them like 6 times a piece. So it's like I've gotten to a point, like I've watched the MCU so many times and it's so big that that I can't find myself I can't get myself to watch them again. Like every once in a while, like Doctor Strange is coming out, so I was like, it got me in the mood for Doctor Strange. So I was able to watch like it happens where I will watch him again, but like I can't just like click one now. I can't just watch like majority of them. I just don't want to because I know so much now. I'm just like I'm ready for new shit. I'm ready for new shit. But Doctor Strange. So I'll give you an idea of how crazy this movie. The fans are already making this movie. I don't know if I believe it. It's possible. I mean, it's a multiverse movie, but it's just still even after Spider-Man with Tobey and Andrew. It feels a little like seems like doing this right after this movie. It's a lot. It feels like it's going to cost a lot of money.
Definitely going to cost a lot of money. It seems risky too.
Yeah, it's a whole weird situation. But I mean, if it happens, I wouldn't be super surprised, especially after Spider-Man. But so the cameos we're supposed to get is basically like, think of every Marvel movie that's not in the MCU, and that all those characters in this movie. That's basically what the fans are wanting and expecting. Is every Marvel character from all of these movies that weren't a part of the MCU, like the old Fantastic Four movies, Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage, X-Men, all of the X-Men from the Fox universe, really? Deadpool. They're thinking all of these movies that were Marvel properties, but they weren't like on the grand scheme of the MCU, are supposed to be like in this fucking movie, especially X-Men. People are pretty set on the fact that like Hugh Jackman, and fucking the older Professor X. I didn't watch the fucking. Don't clown on me. I didn't like the X-Men movies.
Wasn't a fan
from Fox.
Either.
But Patrick Stewart. Boom. He's supposed to be in it. Obviously, Deadpool is. They're thinking that he's gonna weasel his way into the MCU this way, because that movie. Sorry, Doctor Strange. I'm excited for Doctor Strange. I think it's going to be a great movie. I love Doctor Strange. I love the first one. This one's going to be crazy.
First one was really good.
America Chavez is coming. She's a comic character who is in the comics, she's from a pocket dimension that is just only women. She's raised by her 2 moms in this little pocket dimension, and she can open star-shaped portals into the multiverse. She can go to different universes. So that's kind of what it is. But I'm excited. The story looks great. They're expecting a. That's what I was going to tell you in the car. In Doctor Strange, there is rumor that Tom Cruise is coming to play Iron Man.
What?
Because Tom Cruise was originally like in talks to be Iron Man before Robert Downey Jr. was.
Whoa, is this just like Iron Man from a different universe?
Yeah, so it's like a whole different universe Iron Man.
Oh my god, that'd be wild. That'd be wild.
So and they're thinking of
pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I hope they do it. I hope they do like a whole Avengers where it's like fan casting what they could have been.
Yeah,
that'd been so cool to see that.
With
but
the
I doubt
multiverse,
it.
you can do so many things with that. Like they've opened up so many opportunities.
Yeah,
so many possibilities.
But there's a group called the Illuminati. They think is going to be in it. The Illuminati is like all of the Marvel leaders come together in a little group to like discuss basically the world in the comics. They're just set to their little world where they will discuss like everything going on in the shadows and all that good stuff. Make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
But in this one, they're thinking they're going to change it to like the Illuminati of the multiverse, where they make sure no one's fucking up the multiverse. So it's different. It's like Mr. Fantastic from one universe, Iron Man from one universe, a Doctor Strange from a universe, and like all of them meeting up from separate universes to overwatch the multiverse.
That's interesting.
But yeah, they're thinking of, you watched The Office, right?
Yeah.
John
Krasinski.
There is big rumors. There's been for a while that he is supposed to be playing Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh wow! I would love to see him in this universe.
I would too.
I love him so much.
I really hope he's either playing Reed Richards, which is what most people want, but I don't know if Marvel's gonna. I mean, they cast Angelina Jolie as an Eternal, so we're starting to get like bigger names, because Marvel was usually real good about getting like people you don't really know and making them big names, which works very well.
That's true.
And they're starting to get like bigger faces.
People.
Yeah. So I mean, because John Krasinski, he's fucking great. And very well known.
Very well known. Great writer. Great director.
But I don't know, because you watch Walking Dead too.
Yeah.
They're thinking the guy with I think he has an arrow.
Daryl.
They're thinking he's going to be cast as the MCU's Ghost Rider.
Oh, bro, that would honestly be a great cast. Because like Daryl from The Walking Dead he's known for riding the motorcycle. He's known for being like that badass car guy.
My thing is the fans. So I don't know if this is rumor or just hope that these two castings are, because John Krasinski, he looks like he would play a great Mr. Fantastic. But I don't know if he could play a good Mr. Fantastic. But
he
like
got the muscles for it.
Yeah, he looks great, and I don't know if it's just because fans want like they see, because they do. There's this fucking picture going around where they like dyed the side of his hair to have that gray like Mr. Fantastic and put him in a Fantastic Four suit.
Did it look good? I haven't seen
it. He looked like, when I see him, I see Mr. Fantastic. Like, it looks great, but I don't know if they want to. He might be a little too jacked for it, because I think Mr. Fantastic is kind of he's a scientist guy, and he's big on. So he's kind of comes across as like an asshole, but not like a joking asshole. Like, he's just very like, these are the facts. He's a very smart guy, and he's like, this is what we're gonna do. We'll do it like this. And he seems like he lacks emotion, and so
it seems like if you were to cast John, he would need to touch a little bit on the comedic side of things. Like, it'd be kind of a funnier version.
Yeah, but like I think I can play, because Jim, like in The Office, is all I can go. Like I've seen him play another like CIA agent thing. I think Jack Ryan is what it was called. Yeah, he does. I think he could. Yeah. I think he could. I don't know. But I don't know if that's like real or just fans' hope. I hope it's real. I mean, it looks great. But I was going somewhere with that. Doctor Strange is great.
Speaking of on the podcast, I might as well show you while we're live. But those comics that I was telling you about, and I'll show them on screen. While you're thinking of that idea, I'm gonna go grab those real quick.
Hello.
They're pretty sick.
Fuck, Doctor Strange was a Marvel. It was a Marvel thing. Scream past it. What was it? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot. So I already explained to Tristan, but for the audience, my dad has these from when he was a kid, so they're all original, with these original comics that it's Marvel, it's G.I. Joe. Well, G.I. Joe is Marvel, but it's fascinating. Here, I'll show this. Boom.
Is G.I. Joe Marvel?
Or I think it at least used to be, because it's a Marvel comic.
Oh.
This is a Walt Disney. Daisy and Donald. Hold on. There's some really cool ones in here. Some like other space mission stuff. Superboy.
Oh,
fuck.
This is badass. I love comic books.
Yeah, you can feel free to like take some home if you want. Superboy. Rocketeer. Is this Marvel?
Let me see it.
I can't tell.
Looks like Star-Lord, but I think it's just a comic.
This one's Marvel, but it talks about the Amazing Spider-Man.
Beginning September 12th on NBC, Spider-Man and his amazing friends. His amazing friends.
It's really cool. It's like, it's all cheesy. Like on the side, you can see like this one, Battle of the Planets, 40 cents from the store. It's all legit stuff. Chuck Norris.
Fucking
Bro, Chuck Norris. There might be other ones stored somewhere else because I thought there was a Spider-Man. Like there was some original ones. But anyway,
Yeah, these are
either
badass.
way, they're pretty fascinating. Just because.
Yeah, old school shit's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's like they're little like timepieces and stuff.
Yeah, I fucks with these crab cakes. No, I fucks with
Get
old
really
school.
mad at me for how I was just like trying to put them all together. Some comic book nut, but
Yeah, that
but
shit.
yeah, no, I thought you'd like them.
Yeah, that shit looks badass.
That looks ass. That shit is terrible.
Yeah, I skipped the fucking bad part. Badass. It was badass. I fucking love comics. I want to get more comics. That's what I was gonna talk about. Fuck yes.
Wow, full circle is perfect.
I've been reading a lot of Deadpool comics because I've been getting myself super hyped for Deadpool 3, which is officially going to be in the MCU, and it's officially going to be rated R.
Really?
The
Is this
first Disney Disney MCU rated R film.
Wow.
Because Kevin Feige was talking about it in an interview a while ago, and he was just like, so it's definitely going to be rated R, so we'll get to try that territory or whatever. And I'm just fucking... That's great.
That's fascinating.
I know, but I'm more excited because Deadpool had... I've said Deadpool, right?
Yes.
I think I said Daredevil before.
I thought you said Deadpool. Maybe not. I don't know.
Saying Deadpool now. We get the idea. But I love his fourth wall breaking, and I can't wait for him to do it in the MCU. I want him to, like, if he's in an Avengers movie... If that's like I feel like that's inevitable. Like he'll make a little spot. Hold on. Excuse me.
Right.
He'll definitely at least make a cameo in the big Avengers because you got to bring everything you've in the Avengers team up. Like that's just what you got to do. I hope that Spider-Man's there, and I hope that they have one line together, and it's like Spider-Man either agreeing or disagreeing. Like, let's say he disagrees or whatever. I want fucking Deadpool to be all like, "Shut up, Sony," and then like whispering in his ear, like, "But hey, if you ever want to switch over to cinematic universes permanently, I know a guy." And like pointing out the Fox merger and stuff, like just that type of stuff. And or my favorite is like,
I love that.
His
movies are good.
Yeah, like him fucking just. Wait, which Hemsworth are you to Thor or something?
Oh, yeah.
Or which Chris are you? I mean, or Hemsworth, yeah, because there's fucking there's the brothers, yeah. So him just pointing out just real shit or talking about like you're not very comic accurate or like pointing out shit like that because in the comics there's a scene where he's teaming up with Spider-Man, and he's like in the comics he goes, "Oh my God, Spider-Man! I haven't seen you since Amazing Spider-Man issue 610," and then he like says the comic that he was last appearing.
I didn't know that he was like that in the comic books too. That's cool.
Yeah,
he
kept that
alive.
He breaks the fourth wall like a. That's why, because there's a point where he kills the Marvel universe in the comics. There's a whole thing where he kills like all the superheroes and stuff because there's this voice that's like let loose in his head that's like, hey, do all this. And there's a point in that whole storyline where he ends up killing the writers of Deadpool. Like he goes, he goes like, oh, like here's the final. Like he kills literature icons. Like he tries to kill the idea of a hero. That's what he's like setting out to kill. He eventually ends up having to kill himself. He kills a multiverse of Deadpools, kind of like a Spider-Verse of Deadpools. He has to fucking fight himself or some shit. Yeah, it's a whole. Deadpool's a great character. He's funny. He's just great. The healing factor. He wants to die so bad all the time.
He just hates
because he can't.
Which I relate. I hate myself too. So
yeah, I think we all hate
very relatable.
But
character.
yeah, that's my Marvel minute. That's what that's all I got. I think not a lot has really came out besides what I've fucking yapped about.
Yeah, it's been pretty slow news, but I mean, fair enough. They're just coming off of, which is officially that beat Endgame, right? Is the highest grossed Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spider-Man, no, it domestic gross. It is, I think, 4th place right now. I think the only thing that because it reached over 700 million. Like domestically,
In opening weekend or within
And
the
like
first?
overall.
Oh, okay.
Because like overall, how much has it made? Has been 1,800,000,000 something million.
How wild is it that there's that much money in these movies?
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I mean, the budget was only 253 million to make the movie.
That seems kind of low ball, to be honest, for that big of a movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's the highest. It's the highest fucking
budget
for any Spider-Man movie.
Oh, okay. What's the highest budget on any movie ever? I'd be curious to find out. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, because I couldn't tell.
Because they were like their CGI was really good. Let me see.
They also I'm far from the mic. They're also there's a new version in theaters right now, and we'll get a new version whenever it comes out to like digital and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They touched it up so some things look better, like the CGI and cinematography.
Oh, really?
It looks better, and there's some shots that are different. In this new cut or whatever from Spider-Man. Yeah, so that's exciting. I'm ready for it. It comes out
really cool.
February 28th. You can buy it.
For context, the largest budget ever on a movie was Endgame, which was 400 million, and it grossed 858 million domestically, and then 2.8 million worldwide, or 2.8 billion worldwide. So that's a giant.
It's a whole $1 billion more.
Yeah,
see, Spider-Man was in a pandemic. If we took out the pandemic, because I think it just passed Black Panther, barely domestically.
Don't you think that kind of helped? Because I feel like Spider-Man came out in the pandemic, but this was like, I felt like the storyline was like this was the movie everybody's coming out of their houses for.
Yeah, but there's still those who are all like, I'll wait for it to come out or whatever. Like, still who weren't sure.
Yeah, I could see that. It is.
Anyways, yeah, but Marvel is like up there a lot. I don't know what the fuck is up with Avatar. Why did it do so well? Like, it's a cool movie.
It was a fine movie.
Yeah,
it was a fine movie.
It was all right, but like, why did it do so fucking good? What were people on in 2009?
I need to check on that year, but I'm pretty sure that was like when Blu-ray was becoming a super huge thing, and so that was like the largest budget on a movie ever to date. And so they were able to make graphics better than they ever were able
I saw
to
that
before.
shit's in 3D when 3D was still cool.
Yes, I did too. That shit was
that
really beautiful.
It
was like it was mind-blowing cinematically and like aesthetically, but in terms of a plot line, it was just like it was a fine movie. It's fine. But they're coming out with a second one, right? Mm-hmm. Which also has a fucking large budget as well.
Yeah, but it's been so long since. Like, I guess it's destined to
12 years.
At least opening weekend do really well.
Has to. And if it doesn't,
just because everyone's gonna be like, yeah, let's go. I mean, it's fucking waited long enough. Fuck it. Because they're also making a Top Gun. They're making a Top Gun movie too.
I heard about that.
It's supposed to be good. What other movies are coming? Dude, fuck. There's the movies I'm excited to see this year are all the Marvel movies. Obviously, we got Doctor Strange, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, and then to end the year we have what's the fucking last one?
You know what I'm excited about? I don't know. I'm excited for Peaky Blinders season 5.
6.
Oh,
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders,
right. By the
right.
order of the Peaky fucking Blinders.
And you know they're gonna do a movie as well.
What?
So they're gonna do the 6th season and they're gonna wrap it up with a movie.
No shit.
That's gonna wrap it up. That's
a whole movie,
thing.
like a Netflix original movie, or like a what are they doing?
It might be a Netflix original movie.
Because definitely not theatrical release movie type levels. Hell no.
But it's so massive on Netflix that they could do a Netflix original movie and it would kill. It would kill.
Yeah, I would fucking love that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it's really sad because you know Aunt May, like the actress.
Oh, Melissa Tomei. I was like, yeah, I mean, Aunt May's dead. Yeah. That is sad. That's kind of random, but we can put that there.
But just the fact that the actress is gone, so I think they filmed
Wait, was she in Peaky Blinders?
Not Aunt May. I'm fucking so dumb. Well, who's the aunt?
Aunt Polly?
Aunt Polly. The actress passed away.
No,
like 6 months
she
ago.
didn't.
Yeah, she passed away of
6
cancer.
months ago?
Like semi-recently, very recently.
No fucking way.
Yeah. And so, really sad. And I think they were almost done filming season 6, or they were like halfway done when she passed away. But they have, obviously, I think that's what pushed back the release, is because they had to kind of rewrite the whole thing. And
fuck me.
yeah, it was really sad. She's a great actress. Really sad. and she was a huge part of the show. So it's like, you wonder how
2021
they're gonna be able
was
to carry that on.
just a year of just fucking crazy. Like fucking Betty White.
Betty
finally.
White, yeah, we never talked about that. She was, I think, less than 2 weeks away from turning 100. She would have turned 100 in January.
Yeah, she's about to turn 100.
Very sad. And then, what's his name?
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget, the father from Full House.
And
But
that,
he did so much more than that. He's like an all-time comedian.
yeah, and then I had someone that I knew growing up in high school
Yeah,
pass away.
yeah.
He was yeah, it's wild. Death is it's crazy. It's crazy when it happens because it's inevitable. It's going to happen. But when it does, it's always just feels too soon. It feels like there's no way that because Betty White was old as shit, but it's just like it's still
so
weird
joy.
that it feels like a bad omen.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me the woman we said would like never die and has lived for
ever.
centuries
Yeah. Almost a
is
whole
dead
century.
now.
Yeah.
Cap, she's faking it like MJ.
Hearing about I mean, I was around him a couple times with the guy that you knew and the guy that Derek was really close with. It really puts into perspective like how fragile everything is. It's like he was our age. He just was doing his own thing one day, and then boom. And
It's
yeah,
insane.
and there was this other guy. He passed away last year, Donovan from work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like fairly close with him. Like we had weekly calls, and he was kind of a mentor. And it was just so weird. Like once they pass away. Because, like, you're talking to them, you have their number, you have their email. Like, you know, you can, like, communicate with them. You can see them in person. And then they're just gone. You just can't talk to them anymore. It's, it really, like, puts into perspective, like, how much you got to appreciate just, like, every interaction. But, man, we really brought this podcast down.
Insert comedy joke.
Yeah, we really
track.
brought this shit
Go.
down. I was gonna end the podcast soon, but we can't end it on that note.
Yeah,
we
no,
need one
that's-
more topic before the end.
That's god awful ending.
Rest in peace, though, to all those.
Yeah, it's terrible. Topic. Yeah, it was. The only reason we did the podcast today is because it feels like we had to break like we had to start again because it's just been so long since we did the last.
I was
one.
nervous going into this podcast. So
Yeah, because I mean we tried to pregame, we tried to fucking figure out so it was better, which we usually don't do. We usually just kind of jump on, but it's just like not a lot's happened. But we wanted to start posting. We didn't want you guys to like forget about us and like because we like sharing it and it's super fun to make whenever we really do have stuff to rant about.
And the podcast is easier when we do it more consistently. You know, like whenever there's more of a schedule. But like whenever it's been a month since we've recorded one. And over a month since we've actually, the two of us have sat down and done the episode, you know, it's difficult to just jump back into it and feel like your conversations are flowing well. So this one was needed to break the ice, like you said.
Before we end it, what do you want to do for my birthday?
Well, you said you're taking off work, right? You're taking some time?
Yeah, I believe so. I think Julie wants to go somewhere, like go on a trip, but I really don't want her to have to spend that kind of money. But I'm for sure at some point taking like pay time off to just
I'll do it
enjoy.
too. At the same, let's
to
line
enjoy
up a
my
day.
fucking birthday because it's the 21st, so I'm trying to ease back into drinking alcohol. It's been a while, but like I do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and I want me and you to just have that fucking.
Because then we'll be
drunken
21
night.
together.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
good.
I don't know if Jake wants me to tell you all this, but we shared a romantic margarita the other day.
We did.
Double straw.
We
You know
did.
what? Fuck that. We used the same straw. We just connected mouths and just fucking like I sucked it out of his throat.
That's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did.
But I am trying to get back into it because it's a blast. I don't.
Margaritas they're like a little cheat code. It's just little slushies that get you drunk.
Yeah, it's little slushies
amazing.
that get a
It's
little
the
buzz.
best thing, honestly.
Yeah, because I don't like. I'm just always sober now. Like I don't really do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just sober constantly, and that's not like a bad thing. I'm not saying like you have to be under some influence, but like I have to be under some influence to progress into life, because life is just god awfully boring, I guess is
It
how you
is.
say it.
Yeah, it's very
just
boring until it's not, and then it's boring again.
this post Spider-Man depression. I can't. Like, I don't have anything to do. Yeah. I'd be at home and just, like, I'm scrolling through random videos on YouTube, but it's like, no. And so I'm trying to watch a bunch. Peacemaker is on HBO Max. You should check that out. It's really good. Directed by James Gunn. It's super funny. It's John Cena.
Oh, wow.
But anyways, yeah, I'll let you blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't want to watch any new shows. I don't want to fucking watch any random videos. I don't play any of my games. I've been thinking about letting Mason borrow my PS5.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's not a lot, but I was going to let him do it sooner because he still hasn't got one, and I knew I really wanted to try it out, and I feel like I never touched the thing, so at least he can try out some of the games he wants while he's trying to get his. But then I saw that there's this game called Horizon Zero Dawn that I played. It's about like a futuristic prehistoric at the same time, so it's like robot dinosaurs that you fight with a bow and arrow. You're this woman. It's a great game, great story. They're coming out with a sequel called Forbidden West, and it's more like water and shit. And it comes out next month, like in February. So I was like, oh, Mason's. I hope Mason gets one by then, but if he doesn't, then Mason, I do want to let you borrow it so you can like play all the cool PS5 games and try it out and enjoy it. But after I beat Forbidden West, because that game looks amazing, and then you can try it. See, it's a win-win for everybody.
Win-win.
But I really want him to try it because PS5s I think are still hard to get. But yeah, other than that, like I just don't. Until those games come out, I don't. And then the Marvel movies, it's Marvel movies and good games. They're so hard to come by.
Yeah.
Like they're so rare that I'm left with this just awkward just existing.
Yeah, I get that.
Just nothing. And
I need to find more hobbies that I'm interested in too, because it's nice for you that you have those things that you can like look forward to. But I don't really I'm bad about following media. Like I used to be really good at it, but I don't like have things that I'm looking forward to. So I gotta jump back in there. But I am watching. I'll update the podcast. I am watching all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe all the way through. Just got through Phase 1, so I just wrapped up the Avengers. And so the next one you told me was Iron Man 3, right? So that'll be the next one. Very excited. It's crazy that Iron Man's movies, not to bring it back to Marvel, but just that his movies are wrapped up by the very beginning of Phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
like
the OG.
trilogy is just done.
But yeah, I guess, I mean, we haven't gone for an hour, but might as well keep it short and sweet, and then we'll be back next week.
Yeah, maybe we'll have more stuff to talk about, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll try to find Marvel news. I know how excited. I mean, everyone who really listens to the podcast also follows me on Twitter, so they just like, Tristan, we know the news. We see your retweets, and please,
it's a good
stop
Marvel news
fucking
source.
retweeting.
It really is. Like, it's a good Marvel news source.
So everyone knows, but I'll try to find more news so I can get y'all interested in the movies, because I did enjoy going with everyone to see Spider-Man and stuff. So
yeah, it was a good time.
I'll try to have more eventful life so we can talk more.
Well, I guess that will wrap it up. I think we rebranded the channel a little bit, so now we're Lazy Thinkers on YouTube, just to kind of simplify everything. We want to kind of get the brand going just a little bit. And the goal, I think we discussed, it was originally a goal of 1,000 subscribers, but now we're going to go for 500, because the only people that watch the show right now are the people that we know, which is great. But it'd be nice to kind of expand that just a little bit this year.
Yeah,
so
we do plan on doing other stuff than the podcast to post, other funny videos, doing other things. I'm going to talk to Jacob to see what because Jacob's like our editor-in-chief. So I just got to see what he's comfortable with doing and what we could experiment with. We like to do a bunch of artsy stuff and just simple stuff that sound like a lot of fun. But we do plan on doing more for 2022.
Yeah, for sure.
We're just trying to get comfortable with this podcast because it is our main focus, because it is the most exciting part to us.
Everything that we do outside of the podcast is it's for the podcast. Like everything is like the podcast, the show is like the main thing. So we're just gonna keep trying to get better at that. Have more guests on. Josh, we hear you. You're coming on the show ASAP. But all right. Well, I guess follow us on Twitter. Everything is linked below. We got cool graphics on the screen. All right, you guys take it easy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Adios.